Let's go around and say our favorite jokes that we saw open micers from 10 years ago when we were starting comedies. What's the best one you remember?
Yeah, that's a good question because you more remember a lot of the bad stuff, a lot of the bad people, the people that made you go,
like that's
what the fuck am I doing?
No,
with my
that's
life?
what I mean bad. I don't mean the best joke.
I remember
I mean the worst
personalities.
jokes that make us laugh.
I'm trying to think back to like Philly.
I remember
Actually,
this one guy.
Go ahead. Yeah.
This one guy one time, he gets on stage and he goes, yeah, my wife's really into Law and Order SVU, so when I try to seduce her, I go, boom, boom, get into the bed. Boom, boom, take off all your clothes. Bow, bow, bow. It was like really shitty. I don't know. I've never seen that guy again.
That doesn't even remotely approach comedy.
like we're about to fuck you, Stabler right there.
Yeah. Bum bum, get into the bed.
He's doing the Law and Order thing.
I know.
Bum, 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 bum.
He's like dancing around. Yeah. And he was wearing a T-shirt that was like tucked in with a belt.
There's this guy in DC who's really funny. Who we had a Funny Moms actually started in DC, and it was at a bar. It was full hipster era. There were plastic glasses, Zooey Deschanel type of girls. It was a white room. And we booked. There was a big urban comedy scene in DC, and we booked this guy that was our favorite. This was our friend. And he was he's crushing, because it's all these white people that are want to seem cool, He's like, oh, she looked like she got the pink areolas over here, and they're all like, ha ha ha, he's doing a great job.
Was it Rollo?
It was Rollo, yeah. In the middle of his set, he goes, nah, but seriously, y'all, gay sex is disgusting. And the room goes silent. It went silent. And we were all in the back of the room dying laughing. It's like, how you gonna have sex in a bathroom?
Yeah, they show too much of who they are.
Yeah, but for real, gay sex is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best dude. We loved Rollo. He's always up here. I see him at the stand sometimes. Oh yeah. I think he's back in DC.
Yeah. I did a contest in Jersey one time, and I got second place. And the guy I lost to did a closing bit about how yeah, when you try to fuck your girl and she's asleep, and he gets onto he mounts the stool and starts doing snoring noises, and he's he's thrusting while he's going everyone's going nuts. Your bit is about raping your wife while she's asleep.
While she's passed out.
Yeah. Everyone's ah! And I was I just lost the fucking competition. I just lost.
One time I was back visiting my folks in Vegas, and I Googled where there are open mics. I went to a mic at a strip club. Yeah. And there was a guy that clearly worked at the Star Trek experience on the Strip. Yeah. And he came still in his alien detailed alien rubber head and stuff, and he did a whole set about it's so they got these legal aliens coming in. He's I have an alien. Everyone's complaining about these goddamn illegal aliens. He did a whole set and it bombed. I was the only one laughing. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. But it was just bizarre. Yeah, I'd never.
I don't remember.
At a mic too, at a strip club.
Do you remember Barbara Todish?
Wait.
She's passed away.
Yeah.
She was just this insane woman.
Was she the one that got naked?
Maybe. She was older, but she would just come in and just do these insane rants. But then we found out that she was a professor at Bloomfield College in Jersey. She was a college professor.
They used to have that naked comedy show at the Creek.
Oh, yeah.
And
dude, I went in there one time.
Really insane when you see someone bombing. Yeah. You see a girl naked also bombing.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's revolting. It's the saddest thing in the world. It's watching a snuff film.
I forget
what
who,
is that?
Someone did the naked roast and they pulled their jokes out of their pussy.
That's funny.
That's funny.
I went in there one time and it just had an odor. And I was I got to get out of here.
Were you wearing a trench coat?
I was wearing gray sweatpants, tight.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
You had the dick print out.
Got the dick print.
They're like, oh, Ian Fidance dropped in.
Hey, yo. Dude, I forget.
Ian, do you want to get naked and do some time? Ian, do you want to maybe get up there and show the crowd your asshole?
I would do my patented, how does a gay hypnotist make you suck his dick?
You did it as Ron White?
You're getting very sleepy.
Oh,
Because your dick's like a clock.
not mine. Mine is inside of my body, actually.
Yours is digital.
I've got what they call a turtle.
Dude, I forget the comics act, but when I first started, I got booked at some bar show in Delaware at some bar called like McGillicuddy's or something, and down in like Middletown, Delaware, and the guy that booked me was like, hey, you're doing 5 minutes, don't go a minute over, and don't do that bit where you sing. No one likes it. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I opened with it, and I made eye contact with him the whole time, and it bombed so bad. There was a MILF that came to the show that I was like texting with, and she's like,
MILFs.
I can't wait to hang out afterwards, blah, blah. And she called her ex, and he came and picked her up.
They got back together.
I bombed so bad. I sweat through my shirt. I got off after 3 minutes.
You brought a family back together. You did so bad at comedy.
I helped.
That's pretty good.
And then the headliner went on, and his name was The Coach, and he wore a jockstrap on his head. And for a half hour, he did coach as if he was like a football coach, but he talked like this. And then afterwards, he sold signed jockstraps, and he made so much money. And I was like,
Yeah. I did some gigs in Jersey a long time ago, and one of the comics was like shit talking some other like Jersey headliner, and he was like, yeah, that guy's such a hack. He comes out of a giant Chinese food container. Something like that. Like, imagine bringing that with you, like folded up in your car, I guess. And you come out of like, what's that giant Chinese food container doing on the stage?
What was the joke though when he came out?
I don't know.
Special delivery.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a guy named Bill Chang, who I used to have to drive an hour to do a guest spot in the back of an Italian restaurant, and I had to build the stage and put all the chairs out and then give comment cards out afterwards after like bombing.
Yeah, it's so sad when you show up for a gig and somebody's like working the door or something, and then they're the like.
That's what we did for like barking.
Yeah.
Did you ever bark? When you would just like
yeah,
lie to
a couple
people and be like,
times,
"There's
yeah.
great comics on
Tina
this show.
Fey's gonna be in
Come
there."
in the basement.
From
you get a free
NBC,
drink."
Comedy Central.
Yeah. And then you have to go up and be like,
on stage.
yeah, and then you have to go up and be like, "Remember me? You're trapped." You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this guy every weekend he was like the headliner, and he would close, and his act was the same time the whole time, and he faked a Chinese accent. And he was like, I'm up for acting role, and I got it, but then I got fired when I had to do the line. You know the famous line I had to do, Stella! And everyone was like,
Streetcar
this is the best thing I have ever
Desire,
seen.
of course. Marlon Brando.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty good.
Every weekend, and he has no digital footprint. I cannot find this
really?
man, and I don't know
Isn't that
if he
crazy?
existed or not.
Yeah, these people had like I think decent careers because they were able to just do local
Like
stuff.
regional guys.
Yeah, regional guys. Yeah,
They got to be driving a lot for that, you know, on the road.
Like big VFW hall guys.
yeah.